What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Movie Raised.
Have you ever wondered what happens when passion reaches its boiling point? Brace yourself as 365 Days 4 unravels the tantalizing secrets that'll leave you gasping for more.
I don't care what doctor said.
Leave.
And an exciting sequel that defies all expectations, 365 Days 4, igniting cravings beyond your wildest thoughts. Is the 365 Days franchise coming to an end? This is a serious question, because it didn't seem like the end to me. We never saw a definitive ending for Nacho, Laura, and Massimo, so fans anticipate the return as well as Netflix's probable sequel, 365 Days. Since its first premiere in 2020, 365 Days has become a very successful erotica series on Netflix. The third chapter of the film was released in August 2022 and received 39.31 million hours of viewing on Netflix, and fans have been speculating about the finale ever since. The films were based on the works of Blanka Lipińska, who has yet to complete her fourth book, but don't worry, because the films have already veered significantly from the storyline of the novel, there's a strong possibility that we'll get a fourth installment. Nothing has been confirmed as of yet, but here's all we know about the possible fourth installment. But what if the next picture remains entirely faithful to the source material? What if Massimo ends up killing Laura's dog? This is why 365 Days 4 is anticipated to take a different route. Enjoy the video, as well as the disclosures. Let's begin with a simple question. Is it 365 days for something to happen? The answer to this question is a little trickier because Netflix is still considering creating another continuation. This should bring the story to a more satisfactory conclusion. No, we don't believe Netflix did a good job with the third installment since viewers were confused by what appeared to be Laura and Massimo's happily ever after. However, knowing Laura and her background, she may decide not to stay with Massimo. Even though the entire franchise revealed a lot of bad feedback, it was still one of the most popular and viewed projects on Netflix, which is more than enough to justify a franchise. Another sequel, The Narrative of Laura and Massimo, began in 2019, with the first chapter continuing the story of the mafia leader Massimo as he intends to abduct the woman of his dreams and hold her prisoner until she falls in love with him. Massimo, have you seen him? Laura fell in love with him within a few days, and his aim was successful. Then Nacho and Massimo's evil doubles appeared. Massimo's twin brother, as you recall, was the horrible individual who tried to kill both Laura and her loved one. Nacho, on the other hand, is the rival mafia leader and Laura's love interest, who is presented to us as a gardener. However, 365 Days 3 did not finish on a cliffhanger. The next 365 days were spent following one and only one tale. Laura is often split between wanting to be with Massimo or Nacho. The strangest thing about the creators is that they are kept as far away from the source material as possible. Why should you stay watching to find out? Seriously, however, Laura appears to have selected Massimo in the end, but not everyone believes she did. Some followers believe she picked neither one because she was in love with both of them. Even if she marries Massimo, their relationship and happiness will not endure. Also, I don't think Nacho would give up his desire to be with Laura easily. So yes, a fourth installment is required. This heated love triangle must be resolved to have a satisfying finale. Many of you are unaware that the third episode differs significantly from the novel. Absolutely, it appears that the creators opted to entirely disregard the source material, which may have been the correct option considering the source material from the third book. What should I say? In any case, are you insane and dark? One narrative remains consistent in both the novel and the film versions. Laura can't decide between Nacho and Massimo. For those who are unfamiliar, the trilogy is based on Blanka Lipińska's novel series. However, Netflix made a point of announcing the third film by stating that it is partially based on the book 365 Days. This day brought about a lot of changes, and by a lot, I mean it took an entirely new turn. As a result, at one point in the novel, Laura decides to move in with Nacho while Massimo cheats on her. She gets a delivery containing her dead puppy every friggin' day while she's with Nacho. Massimo is the perpetrator of this heinous crime. Did we mention he bought her a dog? Yes, she did name it Prada. Anyway, Laura notices Massimo speaking with another woman at Olga's wedding. She approaches him and strikes up a conversation. He convinces her that Nacho was the one who delivered her the parcel containing her passed-away dog. Liars are attractive, but they may be naive at times. Laura believes him and returns to his mansion where, believe it or not, she is held hostage once more. Massimo continues to torture Laura until she threatens to commit suicide. She then manages to escape and goes to, yes, you guessed it. Laura gives birth to a baby girl after the couple marries. Yes, the baby's father, Nacho, Massimo abandoned his dream of being with Laura, leaving her and her new husband to enjoy their happiness. Because the author hasn't published another book, the screenwriters might simply incorporate some of the listed storylines into the future film adaptation. We are sure it'll be darker than the other flicks, but what do you think? Should they use this source material, or should they create a better, more appropriate story? Final thoughts. Please let us know before we get into any more startling story specifics. Many fans who have read the novels were outraged at how the third book was written. They were especially upset by what the author did to Massimo, and perhaps the designers made a wise decision not to stick to the source material. Another book, a completely different novel written by the same author, and a movie adaptation would be the best choice here. So in part 4, we could find out who Laura selects. Then it could go further into their connection. Laura's best friend got engaged in part 2 of the film, thus we may see her marrying or a twist in their relationship. We may see more of the drug trade and mafia world. Laura and Massimo, alias Anna Marie and Michele Morrone, are 2 cast members who must return since the film cannot function without them. There is a good probability they will return for part 4. In addition, Nacho, aka Simone Cecina, may return for a third installment. He had a significant role in the previous 2 sections and may return. Magdalena Lamparska, Laura's best friend, will also return since she may marry in part 4. Meanwhile, Michele Morrone, who plays the 365 Days franchise hero/villain Massimo, has a musical career and one upcoming production to think about, the Italian film Duetto. But that project is already in post-production, and the actor was unable to keep his singing career afloat while starring in the original trilogy. As a result, he should be available for 365 days. If Netflix decides to create 365 Days 4, it is reasonable to expect the streaming service to take its time. After all, the final 2 films in the franchise were shot back-to-back and released so close together. Because 365 Days 4 would include reuniting the original 365 Days cast, fans may expect to watch the sequel on February 7th, 2024, 4 years after the original film's release. Well, that's it. For now, make sure that you like our video. Please share your views and opinions in the comments section with us. Subscribe to the channel to stay up to speed on the newest news and reviews on future films from us. And don't forget to press the bell button to never miss an update. Thanks for taking the time to watch the video. We hope to see you at the next one. Until then, peace.